Hi, it's Matt here from Go Green Auto. So this is a Maxus eDeliver 3 electric van. The air conditioning is on at the moment, that's why it's making a lot of noise. But in this video I'm just going to talk about the radio and how you use the radio on the older interface here, because it's a little bit different, a little bit confusing, and hopefully this will get you up to speed quicker. So it is a little bit hot in here, so I'm going to leave the air conditioning running, and I hope the microphone's not picking up too much of the noise. Anyway, so this interface that you get on the older vans, let's put it on the radio, that's the more familiar interface, I think is also the same as what you get in the Maxus eDeliver 9 vans as well. And it's a bit of an unusual interface, so I'm just going to show you some of the basics which will help you get to grips with this a little bit, because it does everything that other radios do, it's just a little bit of a confusing layout. So to start off, you've got shortcuts down the side there. That is all the settings that you can use for, there's only one page worth, setting up the vehicle. Then you've got telephone, and you've got contacts and keypad. That's all pretty normal. This is a home button which takes you back to some tiled icons, and in here you've got system settings which you can go into to set it all up and get your Bluetooth and all your other settings as well. So there's a lot to see in there. This is a shortcut to the radio, and this is shortcut to other sources, and on these older ones also the DAB radio as well, which is a little bit confusing. The other thing which isn't obvious is this button here, which actually doesn't look like a button, is a shortcut to home, the same as pushing that there. So let's first off do standard radio, so we can push that there. I'm just going to pause it. And at the moment we're on FM, and I'm on radio 2 there, and this is where you can switch between AM and FM, and if you want to search for a station near you, if your vans come from a different location, you're going to need to press that button up there for it to search all the local signals, which I'm just going to cancel for now. But once it's found all those signals which are available in your area, you can then push that button there, and you can scroll through all of the stations it has found. It doesn't put the names up though, which is a shame, but it's got all the frequencies. But you can also push the magnifying glass there and manually select a frequency. And then finally you can push the little love heart symbol there to mark it as a favourite, and then your favourites are actually behind this arrow here, and then you can set all your favourites on these tiles here, and you can have lots of them there. So next, these vans do also have a DAB radio, however the integration of that is a little bit unusual to say the least. So to have DAB, you've got to press other music sources, which might, for example, be Bluetooth from your phone, but it's actually called USB music. It's a strange way of integrating it, but anyway, the DAB controller of this obviously sees it as a USB. It's obviously a bit of software running on a memory chip inside the unit, and that's why it's displaying it as another source. But anyway, before we go any further, this is where you can select your sources. USB music is DAB radio, and BT music is your Bluetooth music, which in my case is the phone that I've already got paired up. So when you're on DAB, you can push search. No, where's search? I'm trying to remember where search is. Right, search is under there, the same as the FM radio. This is all the DAB stations, and you can select one of the stations. Let's go to Hits 70. And it does take quite a while sometimes to find it and lock onto it, and it will often say a message to say please wait, and that can be, please wait. There it is, and it's got it. So yeah, that's sort of 10-15 seconds sometimes. The other thing with these vans, I have found the DAB signal isn't great. I'm assuming that's the antenna up there stuck on the glass. and I've got a similar system in our recovery truck. I've fitted an aftermarket DAB unit that again has got one of those internal glass antennas, and it's absolutely useless, doesn't work at all, and we don't get any signal at all in that. So this is a lot better than that one. That antenna clearly is working better than our own, but it's still not as good as an external antenna. But anyway, I've seen a lot of times people are saying these vehicles do not have Bluetooth, DAB radio, but of course they do. So that's how you use it. The controls here, forward and backwards and play and pause, all self-explanatory. So the final thing on DAB is in this case there's a lot of DAB content. We've got 73 channels up there, so rather than bringing up the list and scrolling through it, you've also got a search function there where you can bring up a keyboard. So if I type something that's nice and quick like LBC, we've then got the 2 LBC stations there, so that's a quick way of jumping to something. So when you're listening to DAB, you don't have the favourites down here like you would on FM and AM radio. That's just because it's badly integrated, and it's missing that function because it's seeing this as music streaming rather than a radio. So that's on this version. This is effectively version 1. Later vans have a different interface, the same head unit but a completely different interface, so maybe this will get upgraded with later firmware if it's available. You'll have to ask your Maxus dealer when your van goes in for service. But yeah, the later vehicles have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay and a different interface, but basically the same unit behind, so maybe this could be upgraded, I don't know. But yeah, no favourites on DAB, which is a shame. It's just the way it's integrated. It thinks it's streaming music rather than actual radio. But anyway, that's it for the radio. I'm not going to go into all the functions. This video is just about the radio because it is a little bit confusing on these, and I hope that helps. If it has, please do click that thumbs up button on YouTube because that really does help other people find the channel. Do subscribe if you haven't. Plenty of EV videos on the channel already, I think over 500 now. And anyway, I'll see you on the next one.